Morning, gents. HM Customs. Just come to check over your latest consignment for Iraq.
Oh, of course, officer. We have nothing more than these 7,000 innocent 8-meter lengths of steel piping.
And these would be...
Oil pipelines.
Oil pipeline, is it?
Very costly, precision-forged oil pipelines, I should say.
Yes. Well, we Iraqis like our oil to go in very costly, precision-forged straight lines. We don't like bent oil.
I see. And,
good old Edward, that's what we say.
Yes. And, excuse me, sir, what is this, then? This sort of 20-meter... Well, it looks a bit like a silencer.
Iraqi oil makes very loud noise when it's refining.
Boom, boom, boom. And we need these very large telescopic sights to see which way the oil is flowing.
In a straight line, yes.
Righto, yes, sir. And this enormous trigger-like object would be...
that is hummus whisk.
For hummus.
Attached to a 15-foot-long pearl handle.
We go in for very decorative hummus whisks in Iraq.
Yes, of course. And the large leather device, which appears as though it might fit into an enormous pair of trousers.
That is a posing pouch for our glorious, well-endowed leader, Saddam Hussein.
Fine. Well, that all seems to be in order, gentlemen. So, have you anything to declare?
Yes. We don't like Salman Rushdie.
Very droll, very amusing.
And the little rabbit was finally rescued by firemen. And so to the Iraqi export fiasco. With me to discuss it are Mr. Brian Wilkes of United Textiles, Customs Officer Mrs. Dorothy Temple, and Defense Expert Mr. Donald McKendrick. Turning to you first, Mr. Wilkes, why have Customs seized these rolls of material from your factory?
We are just an ordinary textile company who received an order from the Iraqi government for 6 rolls of stressed polyester. This order we duly met.
Well, Middle Eastern sources have alleged that President Saddam Hussein is constructing a huge pair of strategic trousers in a remote desert location.
No comment.
Mrs. Temple, you authorized this seizure by Customs.
Well, our suspicions were initially aroused by our Norwegian colleagues who uncovered an illicit shipment of crushed poplin in Oslo. We were frankly sceptical that the Iraqis had need of synthetic weaves, given that they are known to have sufficient cheesecloth stockpile to see them well into the next century. Our scepticism was increased when sharp-eyed stevedores in Stavanger seized 18 rolls of stretch lycra.
And these discoveries point firmly towards trousers?
Well, they do when taken alongside the 40-mile zip, which intelligence have identified running from Qom to Bashir al-Fazok, although this is claimed by the Iraqis to be a railway.
And now, Donald McKendrick, you're a former MOD procurement supremo. What are the security implications here?
Well, obviously such an imbalance of trousers in the Gulf can only destabilize an area which is already a tinderbox. Trousers of this magnitude could reach targets in the West Bank and Gaza Strip.
So the controversy seems set to continue. The Iraqi embassy refused our invitation to talk, but has issued the following statement. The government and people of Iraq reject outright the obscene and hysterical allegations of the Western imperialists. Spit, spit. The textiles in question are being assembled to provide a simple dust cover for a massive intercontinental nuclear gun. In part 2, Princess Di goes walkabout down under and meets Willie the Wallaby. First...
Prime Minister Prunskin, we have received a note from the Soviet Gas Board.
What does it say, President Landsbergis?
It says, called to disconnect your supply, but you are out.
Whew.
The beautiful independent Republic of Lithuania. Land of rivers, fields, rocks, soil, and houses. Only a stone's throw from the heart of metropolitan Estonia. Manufacturer of novelty car stickers.
My other car is a Lada also.
Home of the newly independent Lithuanian National Stick and Bag Theatre. Hey! Stick-waving and colorful plastic bag puppets were the big hit of the Latvian Fringe Festival. Here we see a woman enjoying our independent national dish, a potato. And children playing our independent traditional sport, potato.
One potato, one potato, one potato, one.
Why not bring your business to historic, independent Lithuania? And remember to fill up your petrol tank before you come. A few of those gas cylinders would be useful as well as any food you can spare.
Oh, no, the power's gone.
Anyone got a ruble for the meter?
And now we go live to the Commons for that all-important vote on the Hong Kong immigration bill.
Blimey, the pro-government lobby looks pretty full. You know, it's absolutely packed. Boy, there isn't room for all you lot in there. Come into the pro-Tebet lobby. There's loads of space. Oh, come on. We allow Labour in too, you know. I don't discriminate.
Guy, where are you going? Come back here.
Hurry up with this presentation, Major. I've got an appointment with my tattooist at 3.
I have here a plan to slash inflation and send our popularity soaring in one fell swoop.
For the last time, I am not resigning. Let he who hath no stomach for the
No. This is much better.
Well, I hope it's better than last week's let's move the decimal point on the 8.5 back one place and halve the tax on Easter eggs rubbish.
No. I have an idea to really save our skins. Brazil.
Brilliant. I'll book the flight.
No. Brazil's method of cutting inflation.
Oh.
We take control of the banks, shut them down, freeze all private accounts, thereby stemming the flow of cash and achieving instant 0% inflation.
What's the catch?
Oh, poverty, homelessness, massive unemployment.
Like I said, what's the catch?
None really. But here's the beauty of the idea, PM. Since this measure, the Brazilian president has achieved a popularity rating of 71%.
What? By adopting these measures?
Not quite.
What then?
He moved the decimal point forward one place. Of course, we may have to move it 2 or 3 places for you, PM.
Major, now look here, don't be so ridiculous. Take that shit out of my office.
And now here is next week's news. The weekend. A Japanese car manufacturer confirms that scrap metal from old Russian tanks is being used in a prototype model and says production will go ahead as soon as they can correct its tendency to pull towards Hungary. In a desperate effort to fulfill her last wish, Greta Garbo is buried at Fulham Football Club.
Monday. The first male employees of the Gateway supermarket chain to be granted paternity leave say the hardest part of fatherhood is learning to wheel a pram in a straight line. Organisers of the London Marathon describe it as their greatest success ever, after Jimmy Savile receives absolutely no personal publicity.
Tuesday, the hearse driver who was arrested for drunken driving blames it on the pressure of work and says he must have had a few too many stiff ones that day. The first estate agents to be jailed for misrepresentation are sent to a larger-than-average studio cell with ensuite bathroom and many ingenious home security measures already fitted.
Wednesday. The tramp living in a cardboard box equipped to receive Sky television is forced to move after local residents complain that the satellite dish lowers the tone of the neighborhood. Following violence in Armenia, riots in Azerbaijan, dissent in Estonia, chaos in Lithuania, disorder in Georgia, and disturbances in the Central Asian republics, Russia announces it is to leave the Soviet Union.
Thursday, the Labour Party decides to combine their previous ideas of a roof tax, floor tax, and window tax to form a brand new local government charge called the rates. Neighbours of the car-mad couple who christened their baby Porsche Carrera say it's dreadful the way they leave it sitting in the drive all week and only wash it on Sunday mornings.
Friday. The identical twins who joined the Devon police force say it frightens the life out of motorists when they ask them for a breath test. And finally, the frustrated flamingos who can only mate if surrounded by mirrors become the subject of a new play by Dennis Potter. And that is the end of next week's news.